SeaWorld Orlando is a theme park among the many theme parks in Orlando that doesn't really have a good reputation when it comes to how they treat their animals. But that's unrelated. Go watch a documentary if you want to hear about that. Because today we're going to talk about roller coasters, baby. SeaWorld is actually known to be the coaster capital of Florida, and it's easy to see why. They have some pretty unique and interesting roller coasters there. And today, we're going to rank them all. At number 7, we have a roller coaster so superior to every other roller coaster ever seen. This is Super Grover's Box Derby. Okay, this is a mediocre ride compared to the rest on the list. But hey, this isn't a bad family coaster. In fact, it has some pretty good theming and curves. But that's all it has going for it. It was alright overall, but it really doesn't compare to the rest on the list.
Number 6. Man urinates on fellow passenger. Wait, what? Wrong thing. Anyways.
Number 6 is a transition from a family coaster to an actually good coaster or log flume. I don't know. Anyway, it's Journey to Atlantis.
For those who aren't familiar with this kind of ride, it's basically Splash Mountain, but Journey to Atlantis. Anyway, this ride will genuinely get you soaked. The airtime is incredible, and it also has some pretty good theming. I enjoyed this ride a lot. It has really good airtime and is full of surprises. And from what I remember, there is even a drop in the dark. And guess what? Here's the funny thing. The biggest drop isn't actually the drop that gets you wet. It's actually like this small drop, like when you're transitioning like from that drop to the other drop. Yeah, it's this like small little drop, and that drop alone will get you soaked. Anyways, pretty good ride. Number 5 is Kraken. Now, I haven't been on this roller coaster myself, because at the time I went, it was closed for whatever reason. But it looks like a good time, but from what I've also heard, it's not what it's cracked up to be. Haha, get it? Kraken? Oh, it's so funny. Anyway, it looks like a decent ride overall, and I kind of wish I could have been able to ride this ride. But hey, maybe next time. And also, again, I'm not gonna give my experience on the ride because I haven't been on it. Alright, next ride. Number 4, we have Icebreaker. This one was actually a really good time. It goes backwards multiple times, has really good airtime. I was genuinely surprised on how fun this was, and blew my expectations out of the water. Get it? To SeaWorld? Anyways, overall unique and fun experience, and I definitely recommend to ride it. Number 3. Next up, we have Manta. This ride is insane. It literally tilts you to the point where you're laying down head first on the whole ride. This ride also has intense moments and 4 inversions, and a hell of a lot of G-forces. This ride was genuinely really good, and I definitely recommend this to thrill seekers, but if you're not a thrill seeker, it'll probably get you dizzy. Number 2. Next is Pipeline, the surf coaster. Wow, this ride is a good time. It was also super intense, especially the launch and drops. You're literally being pulled 60 miles per hour while you're standing up. The craziest part though, is when you also go upside down while standing up. This ride genuinely surprised me every time I rode it, and I genuinely loved it. Honorable mention. This isn't a roller coaster, but it is still worth mentioning. Infinity Falls is a really fun ride, and it surprises you multiple times. One moment you're dry, and the other you're soaked. It even goes upside down on an elevator for the last and final drop. That was a good time. Okay, now it's time for the best roller coaster in SeaWorld Orlando.
Number 1, Mako. Oh my gosh, this ride is fun. You climb up a 200-foot lift hill and get pulled down at about 80 miles an hour. It also has multiple drops, and each one is a complete blast. The G-forces are also insanely intense. I love this ride, and I went on it multiple times back to back. The drops will never fail to surprise me, and this genuinely is one of my favorite roller coasters. In conclusion,
if you're a thrill seeker heading to Orlando, I highly recommend visiting this park. It not only has roller coasters, but it also has fantastic shows if you're willing to not think about the way they treat the animals. Anyway, have you been to this park? Do you have different rankings than me? If so, let me know down in the comments. I'm eager to hear your opinions. I'm Cat Crystals, and I'll see you guys next time.